Here's a guy who's had quite the interesting preseason purchase we made on June 27th this summer. Put it right up here. Trey Lance. This is one of we got our feet wet. We kind of knew what was going on here with the auctions by this point. This was like 10 days in. We'd made about 20 purchases, and came across this variant. I wasn't necessarily hunting Trey Lance at all. I know quarterbacks are the hot commodity, really, in all of sports, card trading, for good reason. It's the most important position in any sport. And, here's a guy who was a starter at San Fran last year. Everyone knows the story. Hurts his ankle in game two in the first quarter, out for the year. Breaks his ankle. So in comes Brock Purdy, and they go on a great run because they have the best defense in football. Blah blah blah. They get to the NFC Championship where they lose to the Eagles. Purdy gets hurt. Lance is still out. Backup Josh Jackson gets hurt. Josh Johnson, gets hurt, and they have to run the ball the whole game. So anyway, into this offseason, they signed Sam Darnold, brought in to have a three QBs there who have either started in the NFL. But really expected to be between Lance and Purdy, sort of a little bit of a competition to start. Really, Purdy was going to be the guy, but Lance was there. Had he super impressed, could have had a chance. So this is where it gets weird. Lance has a bad preseason game, then has another. I guess he had two preseason games that weren't so great. Guys coming off being out for a year, only played in a couple NFL games, shouldn't have been that big of a deal. I don't think there was any need for anyone to panic on anything. And all of a sudden, there's this big controversy. The 49ers, messed up with Trey Lance. They gave up all this draft capital to move up early and get Lance in the draft. And I really don't know why there was a need for any controversy. It's, hey, Lance is their backup, Purdy's a starter. But there was, and next thing you know, Lance traded to Dallas. So his interest in Lance and the hobby had started going down a lot after the bad preseason, the negative press, and then he went to Dallas, and from what I've heard, the interest in his card has gone up a lot. So this one, very interesting card. It's numbered to 5. So it's a psychedelic prism. There's only 5. It is a PSA 9. So very excited about the pickup. Got it for $40 plus shipping and fees. Call it 50 all in. Now I have it up for 125. Not really in a rush to sell it. I'd like to see, give him a chance. Unlike the 49ers, I would somewhat like to give him a chance and see what happens. Obviously, Dallas, you have a huge fan base there. Should he do anything good, you could see this card shoot up in value very quickly. And I guess the thing I originally liked was that San Francisco quarterback job. You can't get a much easier job in sports in terms of being a quarterback in the NFL. It doesn't get much better than that. Just a word out there: be careful, Brock Purdy. I see his prices. What is going on in this hobby? Like, are you guys kidding me? He has a solid regular season. Nothing fancy. Game manager, no big deal. Best defense in football. They win almost all their games, most of their games. Did I miss something? Like, was this guy the next Joe Montana? So you get to the playoffs. He did not look good at all against Seattle, if people want to look at that. A couple big plays to George Kittle was it for his game, and that game was a lot closer than a lot of people thought for a long time. He looked bad. Okay, and then they play Dallas, defensive struggle. didn't look good again. Dallas defense not the best in the world. Uh, Luckily for the 49ers, their defense bails them out. And then he goes to Eagles and gets hurt, shoulder hurt. So I don't see at all, other than how great the situation is for a 49ers quarterback, I don't see at all why his value is so high. I'd liken it very similar to Tua situation in Miami. Just a great overall situation. I don't think the quarterback's that good, but either of them could win a Super Bowl. It's possible. So I guess I get some reason for values to be up. Then again, you could say a lot of teams could win a Super Bowl, and the rest of those basically all have quarterbacks that are elite. Tua and Purdy far from elite. And back to our guy Trey Lance, far from done. Young guy, showed some flashes when he was in there, and he was he was a highly touted guy and worth taking a shot on, especially if you can find something rookie number to 5, for this kind of price. So I'm excited to see what happens with them, and won't be the worst case scenario. It's a bust. Won't be the worst purchase I ever made.